are ready for action. Sunday afternoon footy on Nine's Wide World of Sports. There's solid contact on Jordan McLean. It's from Jesse Bromwich. Connolly Lemuelu. Lemuelu in there again, this time Ray Stone and Felice Kafusi.
Come on, Jesse, Tom, you got to wait.
Gets to their 20. McLean with a second hit up in this opening set. Robson dummies to Cotter, goes on his own. O'Sullivan and Lemuelu there. Good yardage. Cotter. Ray Stone down low, Bromwich over the top. Flegler there as well. Here's the last. Townsend kicking from just on his own side of halfway. Jack Bostock.
Up square, Marcus.
Driven back.
Jason, wait.
Jack Bostock and both Tessinu doing well. Here is Tessinu with a carry to get a spot in this Dolphins team. Let's not forget the other recruit that isn't in their team. Jake Avarillo didn't make the 17 this week, the ex-Bulldog.
Oh, Marcus. Go 3.
Kafusi. 9 short of halfway. Tamalolo in the tackle along with Robson. Now Bromwich, dummy to Flegler. Takes the tackle. Marshall King to Sean O'Sullivan. The veteran Kyle Felt takes that one on his own 10 and gets beyond the 20. Two solid sets of 6 for both teams to get things underway. Beautiful Sunday afternoon in Brisbane. Let's check out the conditions. Sideline, best seat in the house afternoon, JT.
G'day, Salty. Yes, it is the best seat in the house. Great atmosphere down here, as you can see on the screen. A little bit cloudy, 27 degrees, 65% humidity, and there's a big breeze favouring the Dolphins, as you can see on the screen, the southeasterly. So the kicking game will be extremely important for the Dolphins to start this match.
Townsend electing to run it. Nanai, Labert, back towards the centre field, throws a dummy and scores! First blood to the Cowboys! Zach Labert!
Yeah, we spoke about this young man in the pre-game show. He's only played 4 first-grade games, but wow, he's got some speed and he's got some confidence when he gets into the backfield. He took on multiple defenders of the Dolphins. Isuzu MUX replay, here we go. Shift down the right-hand side. Look at this. Little left-hand flick past dummy. Got the hammer. He tricked them all, Fat.
Yeah, so good. I think it was the last tackle, right? So all the Dolphins players had dropped back for the kick. Look at Bostock back there. He's nowhere. And then look at this. Oh, that's incredible. If I'd have done that, it would have dropped to the ground for sure. JT?
Yeah, well, it was great vision by Chad Townsend, actually. There was a front rower caught on the short side, which they targeted. They went 2 passes into Zach Labert. And Tessinu, I don't know what he was doing because he was way back behind the defensive line. So that's why it was an easy target to run. He's going straight past him, flick pass. A great try from the young man. That'll do his confidence the world of good.
Made his debut in the NRL last year. Terrific young talent, Zach Labert. Early try to the Cowboys, which Valentine Holmes looks to convert, and he does. To the away side. Clean taking the kickoff.
Police, front foot here, wait! Go on. Move, Jesse! Wait, Police.
Jeremiah Nanai. 5 Australian representatives in this Cowboys team.
Go through.
There's another one playing the ball. Cotter and an error from Ruben Cotter. The Dolphins will now have some good field position to scrum feed on the Cowboys 30.
Bit of a scrappy play, the ball there by the co-captain, Ruben Cotter. Might have just slightly moved with the foot of Flegler, but sloppy nonetheless. Great attacking opportunity for the Dolphins.
Big back line set. The Dolphins. Boy, there's some strike power out there. Police Kafusi, mind you, standing out there as well. Jack Bostock feeds the scrum. Marshall King, O'Sullivan now through the hands. Nicarima goes to Farnworth. His first touch as a Dolphin. They're 21 away from the line. Marshall King now. Kafusi. What an opportunity to hit back after conceding early points. Flegler, O'Sullivan, the hammer is tackled. Labour did well. Townsend there as well. Lemuelu
Let him up now.
had a wow of a game in round 1 last year
Let's go out there.
against the
Play there on
Roosters,
4.
where he was a
No,
late
totally
ball
here.
up for that game.
On 4.
Play the ball a metre away from the line. O'Sullivan, Flegler.
Last tackle, Ruben. Look.
Last play for the Dolphins. Marshall King, the dummy half. The hammer to Newell. Kyle Felt, that's a try saver. Got his big mid out, knocked the ball down. If he didn't do it, Bostock's in the corner.
Yeah, the Dolphins looking good with the ball now. They're playing quite well down in deep in the Cowboys quarter, and that was a very handy hand by Cole Felt. Needed it.
Sharp. Good, here. Wait.
So it'll be a play the ball here. Flegler. Robson and McLean in the tackle.
Ruben, line, mate. Hold!
10 away from the line. Marshall King, plenty of options for him. Goes to Bromwich. Tamalolo, Cotter's there. Ilamluki in the tackle as well. Knocking on the door of the Dolphins. Can they find a way through? O'Sullivan, Tabuaifito, the hammer. He's stopped a couple of metres away from the line. New gets in the dummy half. O'Sullivan. Stone.
Stand there, Reese.
Set, restart. That would have been the last. Late in the count. They're piling on the pressure here, the Dolphins. Cowboys defence standing firm. McLean tackles Kafusi. Now Bromwich shot to Flegler! Scoring a try in his first game as a Dolphin. It's fins up for Flegler.
Oh, what a great start for Tommy Flegler. First match for the Dolphins, and he's over within 8 minutes of this match kicking off. And it was just a lovely hole that he ran. The Isuzu MUX replay, Jesse Bromwich, one off the ruck, just a nice little short ball, interchange of passing between the front rowers. And he's just too big and strong.
And that's why they bought him. They're looking for a new forward leader, and he's already shown in that try just how good he's going to be for the Dolphins.
A representative player, Thomas Flegler. There's a great shot. The big number 10 planting the ball down. Crowd loving it. Jermaine Azarko, NRL's leading point scorer and try scorer last year, looking to open his account for 2024. And we're all locked up. a start to this one. Hope you're enjoying it. Sunday afternoon footy on 9. Last game of round 1. It's terrific. Opening round of the 2024 NRL season. Flegler, the try scorer.
Up there, Ruben! Hold your weight. Jason, you got to wait here.
Kafusi.
Off the arm!
Dearden in the tackle.
Go three.
Along with Lukey. Now
Jason
Stone.
off the ball! Hold you. Go forward.
Well, that was forward.
Last
Sure.
tackle, Jeremiah, lock in. Wait, Jason. Hold!
Now the last, right on the halfway
Right.
line. Nikarima
Sean, give 10.
downfield. Murray Taulagi. Bounced away
Release
from
Jesse
Stone,
now.
who
Wait,
came again along with Bromwich. Kafusi there as well.
Tom's release. Go two.
Felt.
Connolly now.
Sullivan in there. And there's a second effort.
Got it.
Yeah, great run by Felt. He's always good. I mean, he's big as any forward out there. He's always good for those hard runs out of your own 20-metre area.
What do you guys? Right foot and hold. Wait, Jesse.
Cowboys starting this set on the halfway line. Tamalolo. 2 balls on the field. That's why the whistle went.
Time on.
Tamalolo will play it. McLean passing before the line. Lukey.
Release room.
Tackle
Wait.
Nikarima.
Go two, markers are good.
McLean. Townsend. Drinkwater. Floats a pass to Felt. Bostock makes the tackle.
Hold Jamie,
Along with
square, Sean.
Sean O'Sullivan. Drinkwater. Dummy to Nanai down the short side. This will be play on. Reece Robson, it's scrappy.
Jeremy off the ball. Hold it. Wait.
McLean, heavily involved early, playing the ball. Dearden, Drinkwater from one side of the field to the other. Home, slips a pass. How did he hang on to that? Murray Taulagi, super glue on his fingers. Here's the last. Dearden gets there. Tommy Dearden.
Hang on, they're going to check this.
Let it go through.
Why this isn't
Did
the
he
try
plant
case?
the ball down? Try awarded.
Just make sure he gets it in the first goal.
Hello? What happened? So, he saw the try scored, didn't blow the try, let the Dolphins run it out, and then awarded the try. Okay, here we go. Tom Dearden,
He scored. That's a try.
part of the ball on the line. Isuzu MUX replay on a Sunday afternoon. Well, it's come off the knee. Doesn't matter, it came off the knee. He's grounded it. Just got to make sure it's over the line or on the line.
Yeah, and as long as he stays in control of the football the whole way, Fatty. So he places the ball down on the Hammer's left knee. He's in control. He's still in control of the football. Hits the ground. I think this is a try. JT?
Yeah, Fatty was talking about halves taking the line on, and it was a quick play the ball by Murray Taulagi, which allowed Tom Dearden to get the ball on the front foot. And when the defensive line can't come forward, he's come off his right foot, split him through, and got the ball down on the try line. So great work by the co-captain, Tommy Dearden.
Yeah, that's one of his strengths too, JT, is Tom Dearden. He loves taking the line on, but it's a lovely pass from dummy half. You see here, just gets him on the outside and overs into that space in between Ray Stone and Marshall King.
Valher, Holmes converts.
Connolly, it's a bit better when you 10 metres, okay, please? Yeah. Stay behind.
6-point lead to the Cowboys. Only had 13 minutes of play. So that feeling coming here this afternoon that we're in for a high-scoring encounter. Nanai. Some insightful runs already. The exciting back rower. Here's Talmalolo. In his 15th season in the NRL, Jason Talmalolo.
Wow. He's going to enjoy playing prop. That's his go now.
Made his debut in 2010.
Last one, release.
Potter playing it just sort of halfway. Now Drinkwater sees half an opening on the last. They're running it. Owns the Talon.
He thinks he's playing in NFL.
The Dallas Cowboys.
That's the biggest forward pass I've ever seen.
They used to give penalties for these back in the day.
Jeremiah, 10 meters.
Seriously, it's gone 8 metres forward. JT.
Yeah, this is the thing that can hurt the Cowboys. They've scored 2 tries, and off the back of that, they've come up with 2 errors. Ruben Cotter with to play the ball, and now a forward pass. You can't be giving the Dolphins this type of field position early in the match.
See, that's why wingers should never pass the ball. Never.
Release. Go 3. Jesse out of there. Stand now, Jason. Wait, Ruben.
Ray Stone getting through a heap of work early for the Dolphins. Now Flegler. Nicarima. Shot on Farnworth.
Taulungi.
Jordan, Ruben. Come on, boys.
Kicking it on the last. Kyle Felt takes that one with ease. And Jack Bostock left early inside the 10, so a penalty Cowboys. Here's Murray Taulungi.
Right at that forward pass on his mind. Seen Herbie coming. He thought, I'll make amends for that earlier pass.
Jordan McLean playing it for the Cowboys. Ruben Cotter. Salmalolo. Bromwich and Flegler in the tackle. Plays it on the halfway line. Last play here for the Cowboys. Drinkwater plays it. Robson to Townsend. Hoist that one high. He's kicked it here for Taulungi. It's a good take. Right, Izako.
Ruben, wait, Ruben. Jordan, space, all the way, Chad.
Tabai Fido. 15 away from his own line. Farnworth.
Off the ball, Tom.
Dearden around the ball. Lukey in the tackle as well. New. All the backs getting involved here for the Dolphins. Sullivan inside to the hammer. Tabai Fido looking for support. He puts a kick in for nobody. And Zach Labert says thank you very much.
Well, if he'd looked to his right-hand side, he had Nicarima, I think it was Marshall King, pushing downfield. But he only had eyes for that left-hand corner. And he chose to put it on the boot. Zach Labert getting back there. Wow, what's going on here? Long pass out to the left-hand side, but that was a lovely play by the Dolphins. There was an outside-inside play to the hammer.
That's an old Canberra play, that one. Ricky Stewart to Laurie Daly, back inside to Belcher. They've been doing that for a long time, Canberra. Nice play by the Dolphins. Poor finish. Really ordinary.
Gary Belcher will be happy you went with him and not Brett Mullins.
He's a Gooden badge.
Yep. Happily retired these days. Northern New South Wales.
Reese, Jason now. Sam, here. Hold. Come on, Sam.
Dolphins just short of the halfway line.
Square. 10, Reese. Space, Sam. Push up. Jason, push up.
Sam McIntyre in the tackle there for the Dolphins. So Todd Payton has gone to his bench. Flegler with a short ball to Lemuelu. Marshall King on the last. And Sullivan hoisted high. Here's another contest. There's no contest. Felt takes it well.
Just looking at the ground there, Jeremiah Nanai, he's really struggling coming out of that previous tackle on the fifth. Trying to work his way back. Not sure whether it was a knock to the head or the shoulder.
Mark off the ball. Tom, wait here. Square. Go for Mark. Last tackle for Lee.
Last play.
Go.
Townsend kicking from inside the 40. Drills it straight down the centre of Suncorp Stadium. Tabua Fido.
Jeremiah, square. Sam here. Square.
Bostock.
Jason, Sam. Reese, come on. Reese.
Now Sullivan. Zarko into Cowboys territory. Marshall King. Kafusi. O'Sullivan. Stone. Now O'Sullivan. That ball eventually finds Nicarima. Goes to Bostock. It's messy here from the Dolphins. Tap by Fido to Farnworth. He tries to stand up Val Holmes, but Holmes is equal to the task. On the last. Another kick straight to Kyle Felt.
Yeah, both teams just under tire a little bit. You can see fatigue in both outfits. We've just seen those last two sets, they've been a little bit unorganised. There's a big charge by Val Holmes up the middle.
Yeah, there's a lot of backs taking up the ball in this position now, Cameron. The forwards, it's quite warm out there, and the forwards are starting to get tired.
The set restart.
Sam McIntyre picks it up.
Fatigue alert. We're nearly at 5 minutes since the last break of play.
Mark off the ball. Right here, Connolly. Hold.
Big opportunity here for North Queensland. Taulungi. Drinkwater. Neem. Another fresh player on the field. Townsend to Dearden, to Drinkwater. Good tackle.
Good tackle, Farnworth.
Yep.
Yeah, ripper.
On the last, here's a kick. Jack Bostock takes that one well, and Nanai and Neem in there in the tackle. New started dancing, and the Cowboys say, come here, he's lost the ball, that'll be a try. Sam McIntyre has picked it up and scored, has he?
Knock on first, tackle is complete, can't play on.
Oh, they're saying tackle complete.
Can't play on, tackle's complete, so you can't play on. Where do you want your scrum, Cowboys?
It'll be Cowboys scrum feed. McIntyre thought he had a try.
I don't reckon that tackle was complete. I reckon as he hit the ground, the ball flew out. Are they allowed to challenge that? Not really, because he didn't award it right now.
Just before this scrum went down, I seen Chad Townsend and Scott Drinkwater in conversation.
Dolphins, police, head in.
So you would think this would be going out to the Cowboys' left-hand side.
Break.
But no, it doesn't.
And they go to the right.
Scott Drinkwater said, no, I don't want it. Go the other way.
I feel like I'm back in the box with Sterlo.
Here's McIntyre.
Jeremy off that grip. Wait again, Tom. Wait.
Robson, they're 5 away. Dearden, short ball. Lukey, good tackle. Another set restart. Robson. That's how Lungy. Tabuai Fido did well there, just dragged him back, and it looked like the winger was going to take a dive for the line. Griffin Neem. Tackle by Flegler. And Nichols in there as well. Game 150 in the NRL for Mark Nichols this afternoon. Dearden, hit as he passed by Kafusi. It's all good. A couple of metres away from the line. Lukey playing it. Now Townsend short to Connor. There's a good tackle. Lemuelu. Last play. They go short to Nana. He'll reach out and score. You're not going to stop the international back row from there, and the Cowboys extend their lead at Suncorp.
Yeah, too easy. He ran a beautiful angle. Nana, outstanding. They've been peppering away, the Cowboys, been great defence by the Dolphins. They'd held them and held them and held them. But look at that, the angle, that's what it was. Got on his inside shoulder, burst through it. The Isuzu MUX replay.
Yeah, it was a great angle by Nanai, but the timing of the run and also the pass from Robson, he just holds it up beautifully. Tabuai Fido, he was in that A defender first off the ruck. He didn't know whether the ball was going to go in behind to Chad Townsend for the kick. And Nanai, great hold runner, great timing. It's a lovely try by the Cowboys. JT?
There was great vision by Reece Robson to actually see Hamiso Tabuai Fido at the first defender there. See how wide he is? And that allows Jeremiah Nene to come back at the ball, and it's a soft inside shoulder tackle by Hammer, which allows Jeremiah to score the try. So great vision there by Reece Robson.
It's the second time, JT, this afternoon, the Cowboys have been rewarded for running the ball on the last. At their third try overall of the day, and that's 3 from 3 for Holmes. Todd Payton going through some notes in the Cowboys coach's box. Cowboys in front by 2 converted tries. Sam McIntyre playing the ball. Taulagi playing it. Cotton and Neem. New Zealander playing it, 12 short of halfway. Robson with a dummy.
Sean off that grip. Mark here.
Picks up 10, 12 metres out of dummy half. Flegler and Bromwich off the field for the Dolphins. Lukey.
Tackle
by Bromwich.
Kenny waves.
It's Kenny Bromwich, he's just on the field. Townsend. Now that's right in the sun for Jermaine Azarko, but he took it quite comfortably.
Yeah, he's gone for that kick 3 times this afternoon, Chad Townsend, hooking it back across his body. And the reason why is because Azarko is facing straight into that afternoon sun. Makes it much more difficult to see the ball.
Tabuai Fido playing the ball. Bromwich. Marshall King. Nichols. Good shot there from McIntyre and Cotter. Last play, O'Sullivan. Drinkwater takes that one on the full. Good chase from the Dolphins. Lemuelu there.
Got away.
Felt. Oh, big shot, Ray Stone.
He's been fantastic in defence, Ray Stone, today. Excellent. Underrated player. Heavy work rate.
Wayne Bennett. And then next to him, Christian Wolf will be coaching the Dolphins next year. Townsend.
Run!
Down now to Felt. Kyle Felt kicks. Had his run checked. The bounce sits up nicely for the hammer. There's nothing illegal in what Jack Bostock did. He just stood his ground. Here he is now with a run coming off his own line. New. Good one, McIntyre. Bromwich. Inside the 40. Didn't get all of that one, did O'Sullivan. It sat up nicely for Taulungi. 10 short of halfway here, the Cowboys.
Granville's just throwing the field salt.
He's another one in the veteran class these days, isn't he? Zach Granville, been around for quite some time. More great footwork from Labert. Zach Labert has Kyle Felton is inside. And the veteran winger will score a try, kicks the ball in the crowd. It's party time for the Cowboys.
Well, if no one had heard of Zach Labert before today, you've heard about him now. I reckon he's had 2 touches. Scored a try with his first touch and set up one with his second. And that man there, Cole Felt, I'm telling you, he's been their best player in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. The Isuzu MUX replay on Sunday Arvo. And look at this, bang, get out of the way, speed, get away from him, turns, looks, and there's Cole Felt. Great finisher, and that was too easy for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was a nice play by North Queensland. Bit of unstructured footy, actually. Couple of offloads, long ball out to the right-hand side, out to Labert, and he just ran straight over the top of Sean O'Sullivan. And he's a big young man. He's a big body, big athletic size. Gets into the backfield, nice draw and pass. And Kyle Felt, he's done it many times in his career, backing up the middle. JT.
And that's what you want when you get an offload. You want the ball to go to your strike weapons. So Scott Drinkwater picks it up and has a look way out to his right and flicks a 20-metre pass to Zach Labert, and boom, he comes off the right foot, goes straight through and has Kyle Felt on his inside. So the defensive line is retreating off the offload, and that's where you can make them play with that second phase play. Good work.
Val Holmes. Perfect record with the boot. That will continue with this one being from right in front. It's 24-6. Kyle Felt, great servant for the North Queensland Cowboys. Needs one more try now to equal the club try-scoring record at North Queensland. He's on 129 tries. The leader is Matty Bowen, 130. Problem here for Helam Lukey.
Got a knock on, guys. I didn't hear it. We've got a knock
Oh,
on.
Mark Nichols has been
that's
opened
fine.
up.
We'll clear the head here now, but we've got a knock on.
So there was a knock on in here. They're going to see if there was, just making sure there was nothing untoward. It looked like nothing illegal.
No, accidental headbutt.
The world's largest rugby league festival is back. NRL Magic Round, favoured by Shapes. Your only chance this season to see every game live and in person over one glorious weekend of footy, fun and festivities. Don't miss out on all the action at Suncorp Stadium on the 17th and the 19th of May by heading to nrl.com/tickets.
Yeah, sorry. As long as he stays out.
That's always a great event, isn't it? I think we've got Manly Brisbane on the Friday night.
That's right.
Yeah.
Women's Origin on the Thursday. What an afternoon in Brisbane. Great shots from the drone flying around Suncorp Stadium.
Really, Jeremiah, Scott, you got to be tight. Stay
Now, after
on.
that error from
Break.
Elam Lukey, it's an opportunity for the Dolphins. Farnworth.
John now. Jack, front foot, Jack. Wait. 6 to go.
Set restart. Nichols
Jay, quicker.
gets to within 10 of the line.
Wait.
Marshall King, O'Sullivan, Nicarima, short to Lemuelu.
Charles, that grip.
Good defence, North Queensland. There's a problem here for Connolly.
Wait.
Gets to his feet, plays it. Now Josh Kerr! Kerr steaming onto the ball, and the Dolphins hit back.
Yeah, well done to the Dolphins. All their fans, they're up. They got the fins up. Josh Kerr, just a powerful run. Not like Flegler for the first try. The steam rolls over the top of Drinkwater. Isuzu MUX replay. It was lovely vision by Nicarima. Nicarima's a dummy half. He spots the fullback in the line, and he knows that his big prop front rower, he's going to get a one-on-one opportunity, and just so hard to stop that close to the line. Big man on small man.
Always had a rap on Josh Kerr. Big, solid unit and powerful, and he came from the Dragons to the Dolphins mid last year, and he's going to be a fantastic addition for them over the next few years. JT?
Yeah, that try's come off another error by the Cowboys. So they've scored 4 tries and they've come up with 3 errors, and that's how the Dolphins have scored their tries.
Jermaine Azarko. He converts. Youngest fans here at Suncorp Stadium enjoying an afternoon at the footy. Josh Kerr with a much-needed 4-pointer for his team. He's been on the field a few minutes, replacing Ray Stone.
Griffin off that grip. Reese here.
Paul, just following on from what he said about Kerr being at the Dragons. As a youngster, he's a Dolphins junior.
Truly, give room.
Well, he'll be happy being back with them, that's for sure. He can play a bit, I can tell you. Always impressed by him.
He played in a All-Stars game for the Indigenous All-Stars before he played in the NRL a few years ago. Good hands there from Marshall King. Nicarima to Farnworth.
He's defended Farnworth well today.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they've really done a job on Herbie Farnworth. They know, obviously, his ability with the ball, and if he gets a little bit of space and time. So, Val Holmes, Tommy Dearden, and Murray Taulungi, they've been all over him all afternoon.
Emma Lawrence, you've got some breaking news for us.
Yeah, we've got Helam Lukey has come off for an HIA. It is a Category 2 salty, so he does have 15 minutes to get assessed.
Thank you, Emma. Drinkwater playing it. Robson, Neem. The young New Zealander, 22 away here for North Queensland. Did, and lovely ball to Holmes. Oh, magnificent pass! Holmes to Taulagi, and Murray Taulagi will score a spectacular North Queensland Cowboys try. What about the skill in the lead-up?
Oh, beautiful stuff. On the back of some really strong, hard forward runs. That run from Ning was outstanding. And then they just went wide. They haven't got the numbers. They're not good enough out there, the Dolphins, to stop this rampaging Cowboys attack. Look at this, beautiful stuff. And Farnworth just gave him too much room. The Dolphins fans are saying, forward, fast.
That was nice and flat. Isuzu MUX replay. Wonderful footy again from the Cowboys. Try confirm. But it was in the lead-up play before. They've been playing with some lovely width across the field, some long passes from dummy half from Reece Robson. Really set up this play. So what they do is they go from one edge to another edge. They suck in the defenders from out wide, and then they wrap around and they keep going. And they find that number short. Lovely footy there. JT?
Yeah, come off the back of the quick play the ball by Griffin Neem, and Herbie Farnworth is caught out of position because of the quick play of the ball. He doesn't get into position quick enough, and Val Holmes makes him play. So great vision by Tommy Dearden to see that he wasn't there, and they make him pay.
And because Farnworth was, out of position, that forced the Azarko to come in, and therefore, it was fresh air down the left-hand side there.
Val Holmes, his toughest assignment of the afternoon so far. Oh, no problem there for Holmes. If you want points, this is the place to be. 42 of them in 37 minutes of football.
Up together, Kenny. Police here. Wait.
Dolphins down by 3 converted tries. They need to be next to score.
Max, get room.
Nanai.
Wait here. Max, not square. Max.
Legler. He's looking at coming back on the field. One player is out there is young Max Plath.
Wait.
Son of John Plath,
Stand there, Max.
former Bronco. There he is in the tackle.
Careful. Last one, Jeremy, lock in. Wait, go. Not late.
Kicking from just outside the 40. Tabuai Fido gets now beyond the 20, almost to the 30.
Up together in square.
By McIntyre and Neem.
Jake, give me a step.
There's a tail of the tape as far as the try scored in this game so far.
Jake, off that grip. You try not here.
Been coming thick and fast throughout the opening 40. Plath the curve, back to Plath. Granville makes the tackle. Nichols.
Last tackle, Sam.
Tackled by Neem. It's the last. Sullivan inside the play. Call it forward. Oh, thought for a moment they missed that one.
Been about 8 forward passes so far today. They've caught 2 of them. And that was a late call too, by the way, by the ref. Just slightly. Leader. Max Plath looks likely. He's a chip off the old block. He's dad was a gunplay. He played in a premiership win, didn't he?
Max, off that ball.
Yes.
Stay square, Max.
Mr. Fix-It, if you like,
Max,
Mr.
you got
Reliable.
square, Max.
Will come on quite often and change games in the last 20 minutes. There's a nice late offload. Now Robson,
Down, Max. Lock in right
final
up.
minute and a half.
That's better, Max. Okay, room now, Josh.
They won't go into their shell here in this final minute. The Cowboys. Townsend to Drinkwater. Dearden. Wrapped up 8 metres into Dolphins territory. 2 tackles left, 30 seconds left before the break. McIntyre scoops it back to Townsend. Nanai, look out. Nanai's got him backpedaling.
Last tackle, Kenny.
Tackle had to be made. Here's the last. Shot a field goal. Why not from Chad Townsend?
Good.
And he's got it. Right on half-time. A field goal. Chad Townsend.
What does Gus say? Beware the first half field goal. I don't think it'll matter this one.
Half-time. And it's the Cowboys in control at the break. North Queensland 31, leading the Dolphins 12.
James Maloney back in the rugby league fold on his home turf with the Cowboys, who lead 31-12. We head back to Salty and the team in the commentary box for the second half.
Thank you, Brace. Well, there's an error. Early in the second half, the Dolphins coughed the ball up. Now Neem bounces away from Kafusi. He's tackled 11 metres away from the line. Dearden, Townsend, they're lining up on the bounce. Feltz lost momentum when the ball went to ground. Bostock wrapped up Felt. McIntyre. Halfway through the set. Drinkwater, they overran him, so he runs away from Nicarima. Drinkwater. He just throws it out the back. Townsend.
Stand now. Kenny got away to square. Hold.
McIntyre.
Stand there, Josh. Last tackle, Marcus.
Last play here for North Queensland. Run it on the last, and this time will be wrapped up. They had great success in the first half of running the ball on the last, but this time Jeremiah Nanai wrapped up. You see Helam Lukey out on the field for North Queensland in jersey number 11. That means he passed his HIA. Jermaine Azarko looks to slip through. Farnworth. Tuggled by Lukey and Dearden. Plath.
Sam, heal him. Tom.
Nicarima. Kafusi. Easy pickings there for Neem and Granville. Marshall King to O'Sullivan. Felt. Oh, he dropped it. I'll play the knock on. Here's an opportunity for the Dolphins.
A bit of sloppy play to start the half of both sides here. Down the other end, it was Felice Kafusi with a simple drop this time. As Kyle Felt just took the eyes off the ball just in the last moment. He come in to catch that ball. A great opportunity to the Dolphins.
Nice to hear from Jimmy Maloney. You reckon he's still barbecuing alone? Townsville? It's a bit hot up there.
Shot clock off. Break!
Oh dear. Nicarima short and new.
Hell! Release!
Great footy show flashback from the 11-time Logie winner. Nichols. 5 away from the line.
Wait. 6 to go. Too slow, rough.
Plath. Set restart here for the Dolphins.
Stand there, Reese. Hold there, wait.
A metre away from the line, Marshall King. It's another set restart. He's stopped. Forced back into the field of play.
Untangle. Untangle. Go, one.
Kerr to Townsend. It's sloppy. Nowhere to go for the Dolphins half.
Wait. Go to Sam.
Marshall King to Platt.
It's another set of 6.
Another set restart.
A million of them.
Marshall King, Sullivan. Now the hammer gets a pass to Bromwich. New to Kerr. Everyone's getting a touch. Sean O'Sullivan. Nicarima sought the Finn Diesel. But he stopped Kafusi a couple of metres away from the line. Nichols can't find the try line, not this time. Sturdy Cowboys defence. Now, Sullivan dives on it. They are going to check it.
Casey, coming up to tackle 5, having no try. Want to just confirm it actually hits his hand first and not another part of the body.
Plenty to look at in the lead up here.
I mean, from where we sit, it looked like a knock on, but unless it came off his knees, but it looked like it front on is the one we'll have to look at.
Here we go.
I don't think even Sean O'Sullivan's. Yeah, it's come off his left
Ball
hand.
hits Sean O'Sullivan's hand and travels forward. We have a decision.
They had about 6 sets of 6s and couldn't get over. So, you know, look, the Cowboys' attack has been terrific, 37 points, but equally as impressive has been their defence today.
One on the rock against Jake, and then Jake on the 10.
Well, yeah, it has, and they've had to work hard in those sets of 6 there. There was 3 in a row.
Go, guys.
And they give a set restart to the Dolphins. That ball had found Sean O'Sullivan from the initial pass from dummy half. Instead of going short, there was space, a lot of space out on that left-hand side. Cowboys have done well to hold on.
Stay on. Ball in here, mate. Hold there.
Down the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, 100% footy. Returns 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh! Release Max here. No one. Jeremy.
Always must-see viewing in 100% footy every Monday nights. You might get a start through the season, Paul.
10 o'clock's too late for me. I shan't be a tearer.
Welcome back, by the way. First day of work since
great.
September last year.
I've been waiting a long time for this. Brilliant. By the way, I've got some information. So Wayne Bennett coached John Platt and now Max Platt. There's another family. It's the Walker family. So Dad Gary Walker, as we look here, well taken. Gary Walker played under Bennett for Brisbane Brothers in 1981 and 82. And then, of course, he coached Ben, Shane, Chris Walker at the Broncos. Good player, Gary. Very industrious, hard worker. Unlike the other 3.
Oh, well, that's no good there for Lemuelu. Ice on the knee. He's kicking the no man's land. And Phelps lost it. Here's Tessie Mew. Kicks. And the Cowboys have got it. They've stolen it here, the Dolphins. No.
No, it's a Cowboys football. Scott Drinkwater did extremely well. Tessie New was actually, it was signalled 6 again. He was just unaware. He didn't see the call from the referee, nor did he hear it. That's a good run by Val Holmes.
Look at that for a run.
The whole team rolling up to the halfway line on the last.
Come up.
Dearden, here they go, running it again. Taulagi, that's a nice little kick. The hammer, he put a boot to ball. Lukey says thank you very much. Lukey scores for the Cowboys, a freakish try.
It's great footy by the Cowboys. This is turning into a nightmare game one for the Dolphins, but they've only got themselves to blame. I've seen some really dumb things in the last 5 minutes. The Isuzu MUX replay. So here's a beautiful kick. Not sure they were onside, actually. Listen, dive on the ball, champ. Just dive on it. Pick it up or dive on it. Don't kick it. Hello?
Well, he's seen a wall of Cowboys players coming down. He just had to put his body on the line there. You're right, Fatty. That's the wrong option, trying to tow the ball ahead. Went straight into the hands of Lukey, who's been strong off the bench this afternoon. But that's now the fourth try that the Cowboys have scored on the last tackle. I would have anticipated that the Dolphins would have spoken about the issue that they've had defending the Cowboys on the last at half time, but once again they show them that space. Their winger drops back, he's deep. That leaves an overlap for the outside men of the Cowboys. It was a lovely play to finish off with a kick inside.
Satisfied with what he's seeing, Todd Payton. 5 from 5 in the first half for Val Holmes. And he nails that one.
Square markers. Police, wait here. Hold. Go on. Cody, room.
Cowboys on their own 20. Lukey, the try scorer for North Queensland. First try of the second half. Granville.
Josh and Mark together. Wait.
10 short of halfway. Here's a kick coming from inside the 40. It sits up. So then goes around. Tap by Fido. Dearden's there. That's a great chase, but he crawls away and eventually Dearden makes the tackle. Good chase.
Up together now. Wait here. Hold your mind. Wait. Heal him now. Wait, Jake.
The Dolphins at their own ends.
Wait. Heal him, not square.
They need a spark. They need something.
Last tackle,
Gromich
Marcus.
on the last. They'll be forced to kick from inside their 40. Drinkwater takes that one on his 20. Marshall King, Sullivan and Nichols in the tackle. Felt.
Jeremy, Mark. Wait here, wait. Short of the ball.
Labour, a couple of metres short of the halfway line.
Max, give room.
Still 2 tackles left in this set for the Cowboys. McIntyre.
Last tackle for Lees, lock in.
Wrapped up, 30 away. Drinkwater. A little kick, Taulagi. Bats that one back. He knocked that one on. No, he hung onto it, Nicarima.
Oh, the ref's down.
Stand down.
He did a big dipsy doodle. middle of the field.
Stand there, Reese, and square. Wait, Jake. Wait.
You.
Jeremiah, room.
There it is. Little stumble.
Heel and space. Come on, you guys, front foot. Wait.
Emma, you've got some breaking news for us.
Yeah, Salty, unfortunately for the Dolphins, Connolly Lemuelu is gone for the game. The initial assessment is they think it was a dislocated kneecap. So I think it just popped in, or popped out and back in again rather. So it could be a few weeks out for him.
That's not good news for Connolly Lemuelu. He is on the Dolphins bench next to Jared Wallace, who's the 18th man this afternoon.
Jeremy and Felice together. Cody.
Taulagi into Dolphins territory.
Cody.
Drinkwater. Get that right edge. North Queensland been terrorising, actually. They've been strong on both sides of the field. The Cowboys, plenty of strike power for them. Last tackle now. Dearden, McLean, back to nobody. Dearden gets it on the bounce. Chips. And the hammer doesn't take that on the full. Gets back in the field of play. Can he make something happen? No, he can't, because Tom Dearden is there to make the tackle.
Jordan up square. Ruben here.
Flegler returning to the action. Replacing Nichols.
Jake, space. Jordan here.
Flegler. There he is, first touch of the second half. Playing the ball a couple of metres short of the halfway line. O'Sullivan kicks downfield, felt underneath it. Takes it comfortably. Now winds up and gets to within a metre of the 30.
Front foot, Kenny. Wait. Josh, give room. Wait, Tom, wait. Tom, move.
Now the Cowboys into Dolphins territory.
Josh, come on.
Another two run from Holmes. He's McLean.
Off the ball short.
Townsend looks one way, goes the other.
Last tackle, release. Go.
Quick play the ball.
Not late.
Dearden kicking for Taulagi and Holmes. Ozako takes it. Again, Dearden there making the tackle along with Pilakefu Finefuyaki, who's just come on the field. There hasn't been a stoppage over 5 minutes. Fatigue alert, very important on afternoons like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Cowboys are in complete control at the moment. Just looking at the Dolphins, they're very bunched behind the play the ball. And just one out runners at the moment. Really no structure at all.
Mate, they're doing nothing, Ken.
Yeah,
they're not even aggressive at the line now. They're all buggered.
Back.
Jordan, last one, square. Keely here.
Last play here for the Dolphins. Sullivan hoists it high for the hammer and Drinkwater to go head-to-head. Tabuai-Fidow had it, lost it.
Double, Dolphins first. Your hand over. Wait, you play the ball there.
There'll be a changeover.
Front foot. When you're ready.
One player who was in there again just after the initial collision of the two fullbacks
Surrender!
Tom Dearden. Hasn't he been lively in this? Pretty much the whole match, but this
No, he's been
half in
good.
particular.
His ball play's been good. He's run a few times as well. His kicking game's good, and his defence has actually improved out of sight in the last couple of years. He's very strong up top.
Jeremy, space! Wait, Tom! 3, come on, Tom, step. In there. Room now, Tom. Here, Cody. Max here. Hold, wait!
On the halfway line here, North Queensland. Kicking on the 4th is Townsend. It's not a bad one down into the corner. Tabrai Fido.
Surrender! Let's stand square, Ruben. Wait.
So Kyle Felt, one behind Matt Bowen in the all-time try scorers list for the Cowboys. JT's there on 80 tries. Ash Graham, 84. Ty Williams on 85.
He's a good chance of at least tying that up today, isn't he, Salty? You would think.
22.5 minutes left. Kafusi.
JT, what, 80? That's had him 20 years, only 4 a year for him.
Set up a few.
Max up square.
Emma, you got the crowd figure for us.
Epic crowd this afternoon, Salty. 32,477. How good is Sunday Arvo footy at Suncorp? But unfortunately for the Dolphins fans and their fins up, looks like they're going home disappointed.
Got some defending to do here before they think about a comeback. Fino Fuiaki.
Last tackle, Tom, square. Wait. Not late.
Townsend puts up a kick. Nanai's underneath it. And how does this one end up? It's batted back. Connor's got it. This could be a try. It's going to be play on. It's a miracle. Chad Townsend has done so well to keep the ball alive, and Ruben Connor says thank you very much. Another freakish one for North Queensland.
Oh, they're putting on a show now, the Cowboys. What a chase it was, Nanai. He's a huge target on their last plays of kicks. He scored a few of his own off the kicks. Isuzu MUX replay. He's the lone chaser for the Cowboys. He goes up, but it's actually one of the Dolphins players that bats the ball backwards. Jack Bostock it was. Chad Townsend, I thought he was going to dive on that and try and score one himself, but bats it back inside. And the co-captain, Ruben Cotter.
And a bit of love there from his fellow co-captain. No, I still reckon there was an action there, and it hit Bostock's hand.
Oh, hang on.
No, they're going to check it.
Hang on. I think this may have touched Nanai's hands.
Looking at a knock-on from Jeremiah Nanai in the contest.
Casey Badger having a look.
Play's been cleared up until this point.
Oh,
You can see Jeremiah Nanai's right finger bend, which has touched the ball and travelled forward to the opponent's dead ball line, constituting a knock-on. We have a decision.
The bent finger cost him.
Is
That's
the
nil by try.
So we scrum or last tackle? Okay.
No try for Ruben Cotter.
Well, they've had a little bit of a spell here, the Dolphins. Now it's up to Sean O'Sullivan, Cody Nikorima, and also Jeremy Marshall-King to really try and find something for their football side. Get them in some sort of structure, some sort of formations where they can play some football rather than hitting the ball up, one out. Ask some questions of this defensive of the Cowboys.
The road to the Paris Olympics will start for our all-conquering Dolphins at the Australian Swimming Trials at Brisbane Aquatic Centre from 10 to 15th of June. Tickets are on sale right now. Head to swimming.org.au to secure your seat so you can catch it live and free on 9 and 9 now. Tabuai Fido to New. Last play for the Dolphins.
Not late, not downtown.
Nikarima puts it in the air.
Back square. Jesse, wait. Tom space. Right here. Hold it. Wait.
Taulangi.
Police here. Wait. Hold. Stand out.
Holmes playing it. McLean to Townsend, short to Nanai.
Last tackle, Marcus. Jesse here.
Last play here for North Queensland. Townsend. Here's that one. Sits up nicely for the hammer. Great footwork from Tabuai Fido.
Yeah, it's nearly through, but another good tackle from Dearden pulled him down.
Hold. Release. Wait. Go. 2.
There has been absolutely nowhere to go for Farnworth this afternoon. Every time he's touched the football, Cowboys have been all over him. Now, Flegler.
Move, Ruben. Careful.
O'Sullivan to Nikarima. Short to Platt. Couldn't find you. Quick play the ball on the last. Nikarima. Kicking across field. Herbie. He's going to be tackled. He thought it was touched by a Cowboy. They produce a captain's challenge here. He's adamant, and here comes the captain's challenge.
We have a captain's challenge. The on-field ruling is last tackle. They're challenging, they believe the ball was touched by the Cowboys.
First captain's challenge of the afternoon.
We have a tackle completed here, baby.
The chasers on the right are onside. Herbie Farnworth kicks the ball. Val Holmes is trying to smother the ball, which is putting himself in a position to play at the ball. This restarts the tackle count. The challenge is successful.
So they're saying, Casey Badger, that when it touched the leg there of Valentine Holmes, that he was playing at the ball. That's what the ruling is.
No, I'm without speech. Speechless.
Flegler 9 away from the line. Be a talking point if they can score a try here, the Dolphins. And it's an intercept. But the hammer just hung on. And now they get a penalty. The two former teammates sharing a bit of lip.
Easy mark, Chad. Front. Wait.
Holmes.
Up square Marcus, Herbie. Wait here, Ray. Jesse, wait. Come on.
Now Dearden to McLean.
No advantage, surrender. No advantage. Release. Go 2.
Townsend. Takes the tackle.
Hold your weight. Go 3.
Cotter. Dearden. Holmes.
Herbie square. Hold your Tom weight.
Farnworth with the tackle. Fino Fuiaki. Drinkwater to McLean. 10 away here, North Queensland.
Last tackle, Ray.
Cody,
Jeremy, hold.
wait.
Townsend. Drinkwater. Lively, what's he going to do? Grubbers for himself, the hammer just bats it dead. That's good play from the Cowboys, number 1.
Yeah, great play. He's done that a few times this afternoon, Scotty Drinkwater. He just feels that pressure, that defender racing out of the line, trying to come and shut down the play, and he just backs away, wheels out of that attempted tackle, and then finds what was nearly a try, but the hammer, he just glided across. Plenty of time, plenty of speed. And have a look at that, Soldy. What an afternoon for footy up here in Brisbane.
Beautiful afternoon, you're right.
Backwards. Surrender.
So the Cowboys have got it. Neem put on his back.
Easy, boys. Easy, easy, easy. Whoa, whoa. Just dangerous, mate. And we've also got Jesse around the head.
Chris Butler has got a penalty here.
Jesse, you're on report.
He's just put Jesse on report for having an arm around someone's head.
I'll tell you what.
Because the tackle itself, his back was flat the whole way. It's not like he was above the horizontal. But, you know, here they go now.
Police up square. Hold Jesse.
20 away here, North Queensland. Finafuiaki playing the ball. Robson to McLean. Wrapped up by Bromwich. And Flegler there as well. Hand in the ruck, so this will be a penalty to the Cowboys. Robson will tap. Dearden. Finafuiaki. Burst onto the scene last year. This exciting young forward. Dearden to McLean. Terrific opening stint in the first half. Jordan McLean stands. Now they eventually get him to ground. Options both sides here for Robson. They go to the right. Townsend. Now ball just breaks down. A few players overran. Scott Drinkwater, so he surrenders in the tackle. Townsend. Neem. Bromwich Stone in the tackle. Robson looked one way, went the other. Bostock nearly with an intercept.
He fires a bullet left to right. Scott Drinkwater.
Where are we going?
He backed himself to hit his winger Kyle Felt there, but Bostock, he read it, just couldn't quite take it cleanly in the hands. He was there. He was in that passing lane. Just be interested to see whether Jason Taumalolo comes back on. He's only had the 21 minutes this afternoon as a starting front rower. I'll go to our man down on the sideline for that, JT.
Yeah, it's an important last period for both teams heading into round 2. For the Dolphins, they don't want to be leaking any more points. And for the Cowboys, they want to make sure that they finish strong. They've got Finafuiaki on the left edge, so if I was the halfback there, I'd be trying to put him one-on-one with Cody Nikorima to try and get some more points.
Any movement on the sideline, JT, with Taumalolo at all?
He's stretching up, but I don't think he'll get back on the field at the moment. He's shaking his head there, so yeah, I can't see him coming back on. But they'll keep him fresh, I think, for next week, given they're up by so many points.
Robson, Finafuiaki. Knocked up by Nikorima. And the exact line that JT said he would. Dearden. Townsend with an early kick from Nanai. Well, there's 2 or 3 of them there, and the bounce of the ball got away from them all.
No, they forgot to dive on it. Just someone dive. Surely one of them could have dived on it.
I actually think they were waiting for the other. One was waiting for the other to score it.
There you go.
Yours. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
And it got away from...
Well, they've gone to the bunker here just to see what the restart will be. I have a look at all restarts from the goal area anyway.
Talk to me about him being past the ball in the dead ball line here. Just talk to me about him being past, overrunning the ball.
Oh, they're having a look here at Jack Bostock getting involved.
Okay, all right.
Must be looking at something.
That's done on the screen. It's going to be a penalty try.
It is going to be a penalty try. They are looking at Jack Bostock running Zach Labour off the ball. And this is a penalty try.
No. Come on, stop it.
No.
I'll talk to Jesse.
You have to be 100% sure that he would have got there and grounded it.
He's leading the chase.
No, you can't. Isuzu MUX replay. 100% certain you have to be. That ball had actually got away from him.
Well, it took a right-hand turn.
Yeah, he'd run past it. Turn it up.
That took an off break to the right and half beat him. So, JT?
8-point try. Yeah.
I'm the staunchest of staunchest Cowboys fans, and that is not the right call. He had all the time and day to dive on that ball when he had the chance, and he let it go past him. And bad luck, son. But they've gotten away with one there. The Cowboys, jeez, that's a G up.
No, it is. That's such a bad decision. Who's in? Casey.
Casey Badger.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they're going to review that at the referees' convention tomorrow. Let's all go through that one. Anyway, I think it was a poor decision. But she's good, Casey. She's good, Casey. But,
Holmes converts from right in front.
With the 7-seat Isuzu MUX, pretty much anywhere is a footy field. And usually, the further afield, the better. Live your own way in the Isuzu MUX.
I mean, at best, it was a penalty, right? But not a penalty try. Come on.
Your question for you both, could you say there that Bostock anyway was almost entitled to have a play at the player, because I mean the ball was right there. It was so
stay on.
Controversy, plenty to talk about from that incident. Penalty try in the opening round. Emma, breaking news.
Yeah, Ray Stone, Salty, has come off for an HIA, but it's a Category 1, so automatically ruled out, which, yes, doesn't mean a whole lot right now, but it means that next week when they face the Dragons, he will miss that match unless he manages to get an exemption.
Thank you, Emma. And in a side that's being soundly beaten this afternoon, he was arguably their best player in the opening half. And that's where you see Ray Stone, his head hitting the turf here at Suncorp Stadium, and that tackle about 5 or 6 minutes ago. Another great pickup by our magnificent Wide World of Sports crew. They don't miss anything that happens out on the field.
Reese downtown. Reese downtown.
This is the new interpretation of in front of the kicker. He's called a downtown call. He's called Reece Robson downtown, but he's the dummy half, so I don't know what he's meant to do there.
He's in front by 10 metres to start with. What's he supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't know. it's hard to ask a football player to stand still like a statue, given our game is constantly moving.
And just to explain the downtown rule, as the Dolphins go on the attack, the players from the kicking team have to remain behind where the play the ball was up until the ball is in the air. It's always been around the rule, but they're enforcing it this year. Kerr, a metre away. Bromwich standing on the last. O'Sullivan to Tagorai Fido. He's wrapped up. That'll be a handover.
How many penalties would have been blown if the downtown rule was around when you were playing, Fane?
Every ruck. 1,000. Every ruck. You know, you're allowed to actually be in front of the kicker, but you had to stop 10 metres from where he caught it, right? And that was every ruck.
For you to learn, Cam, if you were still playing.
Because inevitably the ball quite often went back to, say, Wally Lewis in Origin, who was way back behind the line, and he kicked it. Anyway.
It's the list of our 9 try scorers this afternoon. Downtown rule would have been in trouble in the old kicking duel days. Townsend with a kick.
And just going back to that list of try scorers there, Salty, the concerning thing for the Dolphins is their 2 try scorers today are 2 front rowers. So if you're Wayne Bennett, the coaching staff and the players that have played out here today, you need to find something a little bit different, a different game plan going into next week.
Well, Cam and Paul, going into round 1 last year when Wayne named his team, he said to the round 1 side, you've got the first 5 weeks, go out there and relax. But this time around they've got options. Isaiah Katoa didn't make the 17 today. Jake Avarillo, they're just to name 2. Paul, you mentioned Ewan Aiken as well.
Yeah, Ewan Aiken's a really good, whether he's in the back row or centre. And you've got Jared Wallace, who was 18th man today. He had a great season last year. Anyway, he's got some options. But I'm telling you, I think there'll be changes.
8 minutes remaining. See there too in the bottom corner of the screen. We'll be back here at Suncorp Stadium on Thursday night. Broncos v South Sydney. Townsend wrapped up. Dearden to Drinkwater, back to Dearden. He's tackled by Kafusi.
Come on, Josh!
Townsend, chip and chase from Chad. And another kick, the Hammers got it. Gets away from a couple. The crowd on their feet, finds Tessie New. And Tessie New set himself in the corner. Back to Jack Bostock. Bostock for the corner. And Jack will dive over. There's a second half highlight for the Dolphins and their home fans.
Now I've got all the Finns fans, they're up on their feet cheering. Lovely long-range try for Jack Bostock. They did well. The centre wing pairing in the end, but it was the hammer all the way back off this chip kick. Isuzu MUX replay. He beat 3, he beat 4, and it was a lovely little pass. Great timing because he had a Cowboys defender just about to tackle him from behind. But Tessie New and Jack Bostock, they worked it out in the end. Just look at these lovely feet, fend. Just the balance, look at the balance, strength. 1, 2. Get away. Now he puts the step on afterburners and a lovely pass out to Tessie New. That's what the fans come to see.
Yeah, the hammer reminds me of a young GI, Greg Inglis. Similar type running style. Can use both arms to fend, change the ball into both arms. Very good.
In off the upright. Zach Bostock with the first try of the second half for the Dolphins, 43-18. 5.5 minutes remaining. There's Wayne Bennett and Christian Wolf. That's Jack Bostock's family. Here we are back here at Suncorp Stadium on Thursday night. Start of round 2, Care Thursday night footy. Broncos v South Sydney. What do you think, Cam?
Oh, well, both teams on the topping a defeat over in Vegas, of course. I think the Broncos at home, as we see an error here from Mark Nichols, I think the Broncos bounce back. I think they'll be pretty disappointed with their performance over in Vegas, and they'll be bouncing back at home. Speaking of Vegas, though, our man, Paul Vorton, you were over there.
Yeah, it was
How
good.
was it?
It was fantastic. It was a great innovation by the NRL. I'm going to say it was successful, and bring on the next 4 years, because at the end of that 5th year, who knows where we'll be as far as rugby league in America is concerned, and people watching rugby league in America. And you know, all the numbers.
Sam McIntyre comes up
with
the ball, which delays the play the ball from Mark Nichols, causing ruck interference. The challenge is successful.
Okay, nice challenge. You know, the numbers weren't great. NRL said they were great. 60,000 people out of 390 million. But, you know, you've got to start somewhere and you've got to grow it. I congratulate Peter V'landys and Andrew Abdo. They were brilliant. They were up front and talking at every single lunch and dinner there was, and talking it up. So well done to everyone. Good trip.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Mind you, I was there 6 days, never saw JT once.
I was going to say...
I don't know where he was.
I was going to say, there was 2 games, took up 4 hours. You were there for a week. What else did you do?
I worked really hard.
Now we're going to go down to Emma. You got some news for us, Emma?
Yeah, so the Dolphins are going to have to play the last 2 minutes or so with 12 men. So to explain what happened, when Ray Stone came off of that HIA, they'd already used their 8 interchanges. So at the time, they could replace him. But after the 15 minutes, that player has to come off. So I know it won't affect the result, but if you're wondering why they're a man down, and they've just made another error.
Thank you, Emma. And apologies, Paul, because I did say to you earlier, it's your first day of work since September last year, but you put in a good solid 5 or 10 minutes in your 8 days in Vegas.
I actually went over on behalf of the NRL as one of their ambassadors, and they were great, the NRL. Looked after us, myself, Sam Thaiday, James Graham, great former English player, was there, Wade Graham. It was a good fun trip. And we, of course, I spoke to every single Australian in Vegas. Let me tell you who was there. All 40,000 of them. 40,000 selfies. And I didn't look good in any of them.
Off the arm. Hold him, Max. Wait.
We've been talking about Thursday night footy, Broncos v South Sydney. What about next week? What we have on offer is the Cowboys looking to shift. Well, we have on offer for you on Friday night. Always a good clash. Panthers v Eels, and Parramatta are a rare side in the NRL because they've had recent success over Penrith. Penrith looking to open their account for the season. Parramatta a good win yesterday over the Bulldogs. So that's for Friday night footy. Panthers v Eels. That'll be on straight after the news in Queensland.
10 metres, mate, too early.
It was always going to be important, Cam, wasn't it, for the Cowboys to hit the ground running after a disappointing campaign last year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, Fatty spoke in the pre-game, and I echo his thoughts as well. They were in my top 4 last year, but really quite underwhelming for the most part of the season. They had glimpses of brilliance in some games, but they put a big score on the Melbourne Storm. about mid-year, but outside of that, it wasn't really a great season as Nanai goes on the attack. But look, they're a much better football side than what they showed us last year. And if their big guns can stay fit, and they can play that style of footy, which they've showed today, this style of footy here, expansive, confident, and they might be able to do some damage.
Stand out for these. Square. Wait, Tom.
Granville playing it. Townsend. It's a pass away, and the Cowboys looking to end this game on a positive note as we enter the final minute of play. McIntyre, Dearden, Fine Fuiaki. Drinkwater. Dearden to McIntyre. Flegler and Bromwich in the tackle. Townsend to Drinkwater. Scott Drinkwater gets a pass away through the hands, and they score here. And it's with Kyle Felt, who is now the equal leading try scorer for the Cowboys in their history. That's try number 130.
And they just ran round a very, very tired Dolphins team. And Kyle Felt, we're all big fans of his, right? He's a really good player and has been for a long, long time. And fitting that he scores the last try of the night. What's that, his third or second? Second. Well done, Kyle. Yeah, they're just a really tired Dolphins team that they can't pick their feet up. Just good interchange of passing. Last pass looked a bit suspect again. The Isuzu MUX replay for the last time on this Sunday, the first Sunday of the NRL in season 2024.
Yeah, great skill by the Cowboys. Nice shot there previously in the corner post to see Kyle Felt go in and equal the try-scoring record for the North Queensland Cowboys. It was Scott Drinkwater, though. He got the ball in the middle of the field again. Had some pressure from a defender coming out and rushing out, trying to shut him down, but he stood him up, looked for where the space was, and it was just a line that just wasn't moving out on that left-hand side for the Dolphins. The Cowboys, they quickly got behind the football. They know Scott Drinkwater is always looking for opportunities. The ball's never dead. Interchange of passing out to their winger, and it's a nice finish.
Isn't it good to have a fullback that actually can play as a halfback or five-back, which he has done in the past?
Absolutely, yep. He's got a great passing game. He's got a great understanding of the game as well, so he's able to look up, look for space, look for numbers. Something's happening. What's happened?
Case, just with you and grounding, please.
Oh no. Everything but the grounding. Come on, Kyle.
Play's been cleared up until this point. Kyle Felt loses possession.
No! No!
Let the ball go.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. So he remains on 129, and we've just wasted the last 3 minutes.
Yep. Talking him up. Talking him up.
Come here, guys.
He took his hands off the ball. Wow.
Wait. Thank you. Wait, guys. Front foot. Time on.
Zarko will tap it.
Jake, stand now. By the way, Reese. Hold.
10 seconds remaining. The North Queensland Cowboys putting to bed a disappointing 2023 campaign with a comprehensive victory in round one. The hammer chips. It's been picked up now by Dearden. He runs it out. Victory for the Cowboys. Full time at Suncorp. North Queensland 43 have defeated the Dolphins 18.